I want to play the violin, a desire from somewhere deep within. To master it is now my goal. The strings my heart, the bow my soul. The time is in to play the violin. Welcome to episode 3 of my violin diary. Actually, 4 weeks have passed and not 3. I had a really hectic week with a cat that needed emergency surgery and a few other life things that kind of left me no time at all to practice. Hence, I decided to just take a break for 1 week and then get back to my training. I have now been practicing again for almost 1 week, so we're going to call this week 3 of practice. This week, I have been focusing quite a lot of my effort on the bow and the bow posture. I've been trying to learn how to play staccato as well as I can. For those of you who do not know what that is, it is short notes that I don't leave ringing. I have used a few exercises from the first Suzuki book, as well as asking some advice, short advice from violinists that I know. So let's take a look at how I have been practicing this week. I think I'm going to stand up to let you see my posture a little bit better and how I use or don't use my bow hand and arm correct. Oops. I'll probably need to raise the camera slightly since I'm a tall boy. So as I've understood it, when I'm holding the violin and about to play, I want kind of a nice square figure here. I don't want to bend or twist my arm in any way. I want a nice relaxed upper arm, and the lower arm is doing the bowing for me. And the higher I go, the higher I need to angle my arm to play correctly. But let me show you how I have been practicing that during my short 10 minutes practice sessions. So here goes nothing. And I know that the upper arm is not supposed to move and jolt around too much. I know that there might be slightly too little movement in it still, but I'm getting there and I'm trying to not stiffen up. I'm trying to remain flexible. So let's do another try hard attempt and we'll see how that goes. Since I cannot watch myself while recording because my monitor is in another direction, I don't know at all how that looks like, but there you go. I have also been practicing a lot of staccato to get a little bit more of control of the bow, how I start and how I end my notes. So I've been doing a lot of this kind of exercise. Trying to avoid the sound that I still get a little bit, but I think that slowly and slowly my flexibility is growing better. And I'm really trying to not push into the violin, not to dig into the strings, but rather let the force between my thumb and my pinky kind of control the note. So I've been doing that a lot, over and over and over during my 10-minute practices, and I think it's starting to bear fruit. I think it's starting to sound better. And then I've been practicing to change string in combination with this exercise, something like this. Ouch. Let's try again. Maybe I should slow down a little bit. And it's always one thing to do one thing at a time, but then when I combine them, it suddenly gets much harder. Imagine then playing different notes with the left hand as well. I mean, that's a challenge. It's a challenge indeed. Besides the bow practice I've been doing, I have also been playing around with my left hand, trying to have a good posture, trying to make sure that my wrist is aligned and not doing anything weird like this, twisting and bending. I have been practicing finding the correct spots on the strings to get a nice pitch. The exercises I have been doing for the pitch sound something like this. So I kind of find my notes and then I go. And I do realize that my bow hand gets much worse when I do that. I do realize that I'm still searching for pitches and that my technique gets a bit cramped up in the left hand, but it's hard to combine them all, and I'm doing my best to get... I've also been trying to just find a good neutral position of my left hand and then entering it to the violin and making sure that my fingers don't fall flat, that this kind of rawr claw shape stays there. Last but not least, I have been practicing rhythmic variations of Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. Just again to practice staccato, practice movement of the bow. That Twinkle Twinkle Little Star that I've been playing the most sounds something like this. And as I am a playful musician, I'd like to think of myself as one at least, I tend to lose myself in improvisation and I start playing around with the material. And I go something like... Yeah, and that will lead me to no great technical playing at the moment. So I'm trying to hold myself back and just go simple. Speaking of improvisation, that's the thing I do a lot in my singing, in my lute playing. And to wrap this video up, I would like to see, is it possible to improvise something out of value with the little knowledge and skill I gathered so far? Let's find out. And now the shoulder rest is falling off. Give me 1 second. It's not wonderful, but it's something. See you next week on Violin Diaries, and hopefully by then my skills have become even greater and I will be on my way to at least be able to improvise a simple little thing. See you next week, and thank you for watching. Bye! The time is in to play the violin.